Welcome back to my workshop. Now it's now August in 2024 and I've just been shopping at Lidl's in the UK to buy some more clamps. Now I've seen these recently reviewed by one of my good friends on YouTube. That's Rob on Weekend Shed Head. You can find his channel here. He did a quick review of these. So I went to Lidl's and I saw them and I bought some. They look pretty good. So I bought one pack. Then I bought another pack. Then I bought another pack. And then while I was there, I bought another pack. And then finally, I bought another pack. So if you go to Lidl's and you can't find any, it's because I've got them all. Okay, let's have a look what they are. So in my workshop, I've got a number of clamps, as you can see here, and the majority of these are from places like Lidl or Aldi's in the UK. They're budget clamps, but they're ideal for woodworking projects. I mean, sometimes you need so many clamps, and as you know, you can never have enough clamps. Okay, I've previously got some Parkside ones, these red ones here, and I've got a selection of some yellow ones which are from Aldi's. Okay, now I've had these for years. And they've all been fine. As long as you look after them, they're fine. Okay, but the ones I bought today are Parkside ones. They're a slightly newer design. And I did a review on some work zone ones quite a few years ago. And they're still working fine. Okay, right, now let's get to these ones, which I've just bought yesterday. So what we have here is Parkside Bar clamps. Okay, they call them bar clamps. You can also find them labelled as single-handed clamps or quick clamps. Okay, but they literally, you can use these one-handedly. Okay, these are the Parkside ones. Now these ones are green, the old versions were red. Now let's have a quick look at this set. Okay, you've got two 150mm clamps, okay, which are that's the jaw width, but you've also got a couple of small clamps, okay, which are 100mm. These are a set, okay, and this set comes at £5.99 in the UK. Okay, that's August in 2024. But they also do this set, which I bought. These are slightly bigger. These are 300mm clamps, but you only get two. Okay, so these are the bigger ones. What we do is we'll just look at the smaller ones because the basic design is the same. Okay, on the back, it basically tells you what you use them for, which obviously you know because you're going to use them. And it also gives you some details here on how you can change them to use them as spreaders, which I'll show you anyway. Okay, the packaging is fairly simple. It's just a cardboard backing, and these are held in with cable ties. Let's quickly cut those. Okay, so there's a very little packaging here. Just one thing to notice, if you look at them in the shop, the 4-pack has got the blue line along the side, and the 2-pack larger ones has got an orange line down the side. Okay, just so you can quickly identify them. It's nothing worse than getting home and realise you bought the wrong one. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Okay, the clamps themselves, yeah, they look all right. Now these are the smaller ones. Okay, you push the button here and that releases the actual slide, and it's just a pump grip and it closes the jaws. Okay, that's how they work. It's fairly simple. Exactly the same principle for the larger ones. Push the button, release it. Okay, yeah, they seem fairly simple. Let's have a close look. Okay, so what we get here is you get the basic clamp. As I say, it's green in colour, slightly rubberized on the back there and on the trigger here. Okay, the actual jaws themselves are removable. Okay, these are just plastic. They're smooth plastic. Always a good idea to keep these on. Then that way you don't damage wood when you're actually clamping. Okay, this section here is removable and it can be put on the other end as a spreader. Let's just push that. Now, that's this year's version. Now, the previous versions were like this. Very, very similar. Okay, some very slight differences in this area here. Okay, this has now got some extra support in here. I don't know if that was a problem, but the actual design, overall design, looks very similar. Okay, these used to be branded as Power Fix. These were also from Lidl's. Okay, now these differ slightly from another brand, which is this one, which is from Aldi's. Okay, these are really old Aldi ones. Okay, they are still working well, but they've seen some work, they've seen some action. And they also did a different version, which was this one. Okay, so yeah, they all come in different flavors and they all work really well. But we're not interested in those now, we're interested in these ones. Right, let's quickly show you the spreading action. Right, I haven't done this yet because this is straight out of the packet. Now, if you want to change these to spreaders instead of clampers, okay, you literally undo this knurly nut here. Now, it's got a captive nut on the back, but you've got to be careful that it doesn't fall out, because if you lose that, you're a bit knackered. Okay, you undo that and then just pull it off. And then what you do is you go to the other end. Oh, you go to the other end of the clamp and you poke that in there. Now that lines up that hole there, and you put that in like this, tighten it up. Okay, and now when you clamp it, clamp, 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 this actually spreads apart. Let's find a reason why you would need that. Right, so this is just a demonstration, so you may have to use your imagination a little bit. Now imagine this is a set of shelves, okay? And imagine that this top shelf here has sagged over time, okay? Because they do. And you want to put in a shelf support. Now, what you want to do is, obviously, the shelf support is going to be the same length as this. Okay, you want to put it in, but you don't want to scrape it in or force it in. Okay, so all you can do is get your spreader. I'm using the little one for this one. Okay, and you literally just put it in, pump it up, okay, until it's level, then release it, okay, and the shelf support is in. Okay, then you can screw it. You could also get it straight. Okay, but this is just a demonstration, so that's why you would want to use a spreader, okay, and also removing something like that, lift it, you can take it out. Okay, that's one reason why you'd use a spreader. Okay, obviously you bought these as clamps, so a quick simple demonstration on when you would use them as clamps. On my same little demonstration here, let's use a clamp. Okay, on our fantastic demo here of fine woodworking joinery, if we wanted to screw this screw, okay, through there to hold this in place, you could either hold it by hand, but the chances are you'll move it while you're screwing it, okay? You don't want that to happen. So why not get one of your clamps, pump, pump, get it into position you want it, okay, and then clamp it. Then that's not going to move while you screw it in. Fine woodworking joinery. Release. Okay, a clamp. Also, these are used for gluing up when you're making projects. Okay, a quick demonstration of how you would use these for gluing up, and what you would normally do if you wanted to join these two pieces of wood like this. Okay, you would spread glue on here and here. Okay, this is not with any joints or biscuits or anything like that. You'd literally put them together like that. Okay, join them with the glue, and then you can literally just clamp that like that. Clamp this one like this, making sure that these faces are flat. Okay, and then also if you've got some movement in between the faces of these, you could just use a normal clamp like this to keep them flush. Okay, and then you would obviously leave that to dry and then remove the clamps. Okay, this is all, I'm not telling you anything new, you probably know this. If you're planning on buying these clamps, you already know how to use them. I'm just showing you what they're like to actually use. Now, this says that it's got a clamping force of approximately 40 kilograms. That seems like we need to test this. Right, so the simplest way to test it, I think, is going to be to use a set of bathroom scales. Now, I've just calibrated them by standing on it, and I know I'm about 69 kilos because I'm a bit fat. All I'm going to do is literally put these on the bench and I'm going to clamp them. Now, the purists amongst you will know there's a difference between force and weight and mass. I'm not interested in that. All I'm interested in is how much I can clamp them, okay? If I can get 40 kilograms on these scales with these clamps, then I know they do what they say. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully, I won't break my scales. All right, 69.6. So yeah, we can easily exceed the rated value. That's nice. Let's try the bigger ones. Okay, so that was the little ones. These ones here, 150mm ones. Now these ones, for some reason, even though the mechanism's the same, they're longer obviously, these are rated at 60 kilograms. Okay, so let's give that a go. Okay, so that proves the point. Even though the design is exactly the same, with the longer bars, for some reason you can get more clamping force. Okay, I didn't go any further because this is obviously glass. Yes, it can take more than 60 kilos, but not a single point loading. Okay, it proved the point. I'm happy with that. So that's about it for this video. There's not much else to say. These clamps are excellent for woodworking, general woodworking. Yes, you can buy more expensive clamps, but are they that much better? I'm not too sure. I've had budget clamps for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so that I've used, and they've all been really good. Just make sure you look after them. If you use them for gluing up, make sure you clear the glue off after you've finished. Okay, as I say, you've got the medium-sized ones, you've got the larger ones, and also the smaller ones, okay? They'll all have their uses. If you go out and buy some, you won't be disappointed. As I say, they're £5.99 for a pack, whether that's two of these or two of these with two of these, okay? Yeah, I think you'll enjoy them. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Right, so these clamps, they're for use during general wood. The yellow ones, which is Aldi's ones, and also